In this video, I am trying 6 masterpiece cider donuts from a place called Cider Belly Doughnuts in Albany. And we're going to start right away, guys. We're going to start with Venetian coconut, Venetian cappuccino. That's what I got right here. And I'm going to cut a little piece. We're going to get right into it, guys. And what I'll do is I'll taste the first one, and then we'll kind of get into a little bit of what Cider Belly is. But without any ado, let's see how it tastes. Wow. Insanely sweet. Not to say bad, but now the coffee is definitely kicking in. So Cider Belly Donuts is a place in Albany, New York. There's 2 locations right now. One is, I think, on Pearl Street in Albany. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. The other one is on Fuller Road. Though I went to the Fuller Road location today for these donuts. And walking in, there was a ton of different donuts. And I'll show a little video later of kind of everything going on in there. As far as the taste of this donut, it tastes like an unsugared cider donut with a glaze that has a little bit of coffee influence, but it's not very coffee forward. So that was very good. Cider Belly has kind of a creative take on the cider donuts. What they usually do is make their donuts and then focus on the toppings. So that's kind of the thing there. Let's get into another flavor, and then I'll tell you what else we have here, and we'll get kind of acquainted with what it is. And like I said, I'll show you a little bit more of the storefront because I only picked up 6 of these today, and you know they have quite a few more. So the next one that I was going to try was called Maine Blueberry, and that's this one right here. And let me show you a little bit. So this is what the donut looks like. It's basically your cider type donut, and you know it's very much like what you would get at an apple orchard. And just for everybody's awareness, what I'm doing is cutting small pieces because I do not want to eat 6 donuts. And I'll tell you a little story about last time I ate 6 donuts. But without any further ado on this flavor, again, this is Maine Blueberry. And I am making a mess here, just like the shirt says, making a mess. All right, Maine Blueberry. I'm trying to eat it so that the toppings hit the tongue, because otherwise you just taste donut. Again, very sugary, but I could definitely taste the blueberry on the front of that. Much more subtle than the coffee flavor. I thought the coffee was kind of subtle in and of itself. That one there, I'm not really sure. Not that it's bad. It's just it's kind of subtle, and that's kind of what I assumed was going to happen here. Now, the rest of the donuts that I got, of course, I had to get a maple bacon, which clearly is the one on your left there. Next to that is a donut called Jamaican Me Rummy, which sounded interesting. I have no idea. I mean, it sounds like it's going to have some kind of, you know, island influence and some rum taste. From the top left, so we've tried the 2 on the right. The top left is called Serial Killer, which, being that we're this close to Halloween, is a mixture of blueberry and frankenberry with a berry frosting. So that one is one I'm looking forward to trying. But there's an inherent flaw that I know is going on with this, just from plating it up. And then the other one in the middle there on top is an interesting one. It's called Pumpkin Cannoli, which they advertise as having pumpkin frosting, mascarpone topping, and a maple drizzle. So I think as far as what to try next, I think I'm going to try that one. That one sounds most interesting. So let's, again, do it. Now, a typical cannoli is actually ricotta cream, but there are cannolis out there that are mascarpone. And you can see what we're working with here. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh. Definitely feeling the cannoli vibes with that. That's kind of the first thing I taste. Pumpkin is subtle. Maple kind of sweetening it. Pretty good. I like this one a lot. Now, the one thing to note about Cider Belly is, you know, they are a specialty store, right? So they have, you know, your typical cider donuts, both with sugar and without. And they also have like things with crazy toppings, which is what we're getting into here, right? So these here of what I have, I think range from somewhere around $1.50 all the way up to the maple bacon, I think was $5. So, you know, ingredients are expensive. It's not something that, you know, we're dinging them for. It's just, you know, you point out, you know, for these 6 donuts, the grand total was $20. And again, not something that I'm criticizing, just something that I'm pointing out. I think as far as what to try next, didn't really have a plan beyond that point, but we got 3 more donuts to try. Let's get maple bacon out of the way. Now I gotta say, making a mess here. I'm not the type of person that like wants bacon all over everything. I'm not judging you if you are that kind of person, but for me, bacon has an application, and on top of donuts is not exactly the optimal one, but let's see. I could be totally wrong here, so let's see what's going on with this. It's kind of falling apart on me. Ooh. Yeah, so when you do bacon, you got to be kind of careful with the smokiness of what's in there and kind of how I don't know where they get the bacon. I'm not going to start, you know, making assumptions about all that, but that smokiness definitely takes over as far as what's going on here. So it's a salty, smoky tasting maple donut. Don't have much else to say beyond that. You know, if you're a bacon lover and want to spend $5 on a donut, that is probably the donut for you. What do you think? Jamaican Me Rummy or the Serial Killer? I think we'll go with Serial Killer. You could see it. It basically just fell apart. So as far as the... Oh, I think the donut is actually blueberry in this case. You can see in there, it's a little blue inside. As far as this one, and again, it's completely fallen apart. Let me taste it, and we'll get into what I'm calling the flaw with this donut. Oh, well, I'm gonna need like coffee or water or something. Not completely unpleasant. The fact that you're using the monster cereals, those are pretty sweet monsters. I wouldn't say that's a bad thing at all. It tastes good. It's definitely a blueberry donut, and I like that portion of it. When you put cereal on top of something that has a sugary glaze, that glaze also has a water component to it. And as it sits there, even this morning, I snuck a little piece of the cereal because I was curious and wanted to ease my curiosity with that. But the cereal gets soggy. You know, it's almost like it stales out a little bit as it sits on top of there. So, you know, these guys sell cereal donuts all the time. I think they have Fruit Loops on it typically. This is kind of a Halloween play on it. Very fun. Not exactly the most practical, but you're eating donuts. You're not eating you know, healthy food here. So pile as much cereal as you want on it, and you know, you can either take what I'm saying as far as, you know, putting cereal on top of watery stuff and use it as criticism, or, you know, I'm trying to be constructive. Anyway, so let's move on to the last donut here, and then we'll get into writing a review for Google. This one is Jamaican Me Rummy. And this here looks like your standard cider donut. Let's see what's going on with this one. And if you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit a like on it so it shares it with more people like you. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh. Holy cow. I like this a lot. So rum desserts are a good thing. Rum and sugar go together like, I mean, rum is made from sugar cane. It is a match made in heaven. This is absolutely amazing. I have, out of everything I tasted, this is by far my favorite. That rum alcohol flavor, though, definitely like is a punch in the face as soon as you bite into that. But you got to be ready for it, and I just got you ready for it. Out of all of them, that's the one that I would recommend trying the most, you know, in terms of what's going on here. But I would say this experience with Cider Belly Donuts, let's put them on the screen one more time here, is very good. Now let me let me throw on the screen the video I took in Cider Belly. So this is the Cider Belly kind of display. There you go. You could see there's maple bacon. There's a donut. It's like a Homer Simpson, lovely lemon, oh fudge, which is chocolate coated. And then as I pan over to the right here, you can see kind of the big piles of your standard. And those are $1 a piece. And that's a point I want to talk about here. Cider donuts at the orchards these days, you know, ingredients are going up. It's not like, you know, a business needs to make money too, right? My criticism of the local orchards here is it's become an amusement park. No longer is it that you can go get apples and get a couple cider donuts and a couple jugs of cider and call it a day. Now it's like, you know, there's food trucks and popcorn and all this other stuff. And I mean, it's cool and it's fun to take a kid there, but it's not as kind of low key as I would want like a farm experience to be. But $1 a piece for cider donuts at Cider Belly, you know, for a dozen, it's $12. So I wouldn't say at that point that that's unreasonable. And I even think with toppings, if you're spending a few bucks on a cider donut, that there's no problem there either. So let's write a review, guys, real quick. And I'm gonna type in the review as I talk to you guys, and then kind of finish it up after the stream here, just because I want to attach some pictures, and you know, I want to do it the right way here because we're trying to help businesses. So here we go, Cider Belly Donuts. And I'll leave both screens on there like that so you could see. And I will, under reviews. Some of the reviews here are actually very, very useful. So, you know, Google reviews, I would say, unlike Yelp, Google is pretty useful as far as the reviews. All right, goodbye. So let's write a review, Cider Belly Donuts. Let's go 5 stars. I never know how to start these things. Very delicious donuts. Donuts. I tried 6 of their specialty versions, and each was good, better than others. And I'm going to list out each of the ones that I tried. I'm not going to rank them. I think that's kind of a cliche thing to do. In this case here, I think the Jamaican Me Rummy is my favorite one by far. My favorite by far, but bold flavor. Didn't see anybody in the live chat here to shout out, but if you're here and watching, thank you for being here. If you're watching in the replay, subscribe if you like food, and again, hit like. It really helps these videos out. Pricing varies. Ending. If you get a lot of toppings. Something like maple bacon is $5. which is understandable. And again, we have to, of course, include a link to what we're doing here. Working with so many windows here, it's unruly. There you go. And again, I'm gonna fill it in with kind of all the donuts and add some pictures. And if you want to see that, you can go to their page on Google for the Fuller Road location, and you can read my review later on. If you watched it, you were a part in helping to make that review. For next week, I have lined up something a little bit different. We're actually gonna take a hard right into salad territory. I have a really fun story about a classic salad that you guys are not going to want to miss. It's going to be amazing. Thursday night, every week, we're going to go live here. We might take a break 1 week here or there, especially for Thanksgiving or something. But I appreciate you for being here. Thanks a lot for watching. And I have some links to other videos you can watch, but I'll put on the screen some other videos, some donut reviews, and maybe even my cousin's pizzeria. Click into that. Thank you very much. We will see you guys in the next one.